The Chicago Bulls are on the road in this interconference game today. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You look at the Rockets, there's no question this game will put them to the test. Facing off against a team that has every expectation of beating them, they'll need to play a complete game to snare a win.
And seeing where the Rockets are, they're down at the bottom of the barrel in terms of standings. I can't imagine how toxic the mood in that locker room has to be here after these struggles.
Very toxic. I mean, this season should be a crushing disappointment for everybody in the organization. They definitely need to restart.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Freak, he's in at center. McDermott and Gasol, the duo at the forward. Jimmy Butler is out there with Tony Wroten. On defense, the Rockets. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys, and they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Shots good by Butler.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all three from the field.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
The dish to Neal. Tries from 10. Jump shot is good.
Defense just not strong enough to throw him off his shot there. Sometimes it takes a little more effort to defend him down low.
Here's Freak. The shot is off. And it's Houston the other way. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, a quick two-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home build.
Well, looky here. We've got an interconference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
They set the pick. Screen by Smith. Off the screen. And again, the Rockets good for two.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Freak, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne. And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. And they have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Neal. 17 points in his last outing. Just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumper.
Here's Beverly, following the basket by Freak. Lets it go with the three. And Gary Neal with the three. Neal's got 7 points.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And that one's good. Freak.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to.
Rockets trail by 11. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Freak, he's in at the 4 spot. Jimmy Butler is out there with Tony Roten. And it's Marcus Morris, and it's Noah in at the 5. Now, here's Brewer. Following the miss by Freak. And Beverly kicks to Scott. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Chicago leading by 11. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And here's a look at the stats for Joakim Noah. How last month turned out for him? He's averaging 3 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, you know, he's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but you can't teach size. So he's a valuable backup for this team in that regard.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Decker. Pau Gasol has checked in for the Bulls. Roten dishes to Freak to the left side wing. Morris passes to Freak, and the shot falls short this time.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Now here's Beverly. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. 6 to shoot. Pulls it up. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Butler. Here's Roten. Knocks down the 10-footer. Roten's got his second bucket of the game to go. Rockets trail by 14. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And Beverly kicks to Scott. Off target with the open look.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Down low. Here's Freak. Good D by Ariza.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
To end the drought, it's deflected. Right side, Butler. There's Freak. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Chicago.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that...
And that does it for the first. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Just a fantastic game for Freak. He has 12 points and 2 rejections.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole nother level when you get supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
And Kelloggese, right? And
yes.
Kelloggese. Ariza is the small forward and Smith the 4. Patrick Beverly out there with Gary Neal. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Here's Beverly, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Rockets have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And he sinks the second. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Inside, here's Freak. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Freak's got 16 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And Beverly kicks to Neal. Shot from the wing. And he drops that one in. 9 points in the game so far.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Spurs got down to business. He had 37 points, and as always, piling up rebound after rebound as well. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Rockets have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And when you think of free throw shooting, not particularly a strength for this group, right around 70%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Caspi, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Freak, the shot's good on the assist by Butler. 20 points for Freak.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Here's Neal, defended by Butler. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. JaVale McGee's checked in for Capella. Mike Scott comes in for Josh Smith. And it's Brewer in for Patrick Beverly. And the foul called on Gary Neal. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Decker's checked in for Trevor Ariza.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist from Roten. And that's now 24 points for Freak. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Freak is second.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
That's tipped. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. 3 on the clock. Scott. No good off the back of the rim.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And that one's good. Freak.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Here's Scott. Scott missing again. Chicago leading by 23. Butler dishes to Freak. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Neal passes to McGee. The open shot by Brewer. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Pass to Braxton. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Neal. Lays it up and banks it in. Neal's got 11 points.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Taking a look at the Bulls. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. Freak is out there at Pau Gasol. And it's Roten in at the 1.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Lets it go from 14. Capella with the bucket.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
Here's Smith. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And Freak throws it down.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball, resulting in high-quality shots.
Time now for an injury report.
It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. We're into the heart of the season now, and that's the last thing this team wanted to hear. That's going to make their winter just a little bit longer, guys.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it, and better than ever.
Greg, I sure hope you're right. I mean, there are just so many uncertainties when it comes to dealing with injuries, though. Let's hope for the best.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Kevin, it's disheartening to see them keep missing opportunities to extend the lead at the line. I mean, when you have a chance to put a team away from the line, you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to give them a chance to come back on you. Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Capella, it falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Screen by Smith. And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Back to Beverly. The 10-footer. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Freak's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Harrell dishes to Beverly. Shot is off, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Here's McDermott. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Houston making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Capella. Decker comes in for Smith. And Gary Neal subbed in for Corey Brewer. Rockets have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Neal's shot is off.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Dishes it to Freak. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
They set the pick. Beverly, the pass to Decker. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
The Bulls making a switch here. Morris is checked in. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Chicago.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. At the top of the key, Neal. They set the screen. Another miss by Houston.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And guys, at this point, the long NBA season has slowed down as win number 25.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Freak. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with the fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just complete